Hello everyone, it's Mimi DeLongPray and welcome back to another video. So for today, as you guys can see, I am already in full glam right now because I am on my way to a show very soon, but I really wanted to film a video before I left. So I thought it'd be great to do the first ever installment of Mimi Plays. Now, if you guys recall in the last video, I did say that I wanted to create my own little gaming section of my channel, and this is going to be the first one to kick it off. One of the games I very much love, I've loved it ever since I discovered it over in 2019, which was Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is a game that consists of killers and survivors, basically a giant cat and mouse. So I thought it would be fun to rank all of the killers to my personal ranking, starting with S, of course, S tier being absolutely elite, A, B, C, D, and then F tier. Now, for all terms and purposes, I'm not going to do an F tier because I don't think a killer would be in the game if they were F tier. So let's get this ranking on the way, shall we? Okay, so of course we're gonna start off with Trapper. And for me, Trapper is gonna go, I'm gonna put Trapper at B tier just because Trapper is of course one of the originals that started off the whole shebang of Dead by Daylight. He's a good killer and I've had a lot of 4Ks with Trapper, but I do think there are some that are way better than Trapper. And right now Trapper, especially in the higher ranks, and is really easy to counter and counteract. And being that his only power is his traps, he tends to be a little bit more on the weaker side, but he's still really strong. He's still one of the better beginning characters to play as. I think all three of them really, I'm gonna do this all right now. Wraith and Billy are all gonna go in B tier. They're all fair killers in their own respects. Good powers, good way to start off the whole entire bracket. Next up is Nurse, and of course no discrepancies here. Nurse is gonna be S tier. Nurse is one hell of a killer. Not only is her power really cool, she's extremely overpowered, as I think everyone in the Dead by Daylight sphere likes to say, which is just true. Nurse, not only does she get to ignore all pallet and wall rules, she gets to literally phase through them and attack any survivors nearby. I will say she is one of the hardest killers to have to learn, but once you get Nurse down, girl, you get her down and you get those 4Ks really easily. Next up is Mr. Michael Myers. Michael is gonna go down to a C for me. Michael is a good killer. He's fun to play as when you want to spook survivors, and especially when you're in play with your friends and no one realizes that he's gonna do what he does. But he's personally just not my favorite. He's not even in B tier for me. So he's gonna stay in C. He's not a D tier, but he's C. He takes a lot of warming up. His lunge is really weak too, unless you start tearing up. And if you start tearing up, you're Michael Myers. It's by that point already halfway through the game. Next up is the Hag. I'm gonna put her in C. Her power is extremely overpowered, but I really don't have a lot of fun going against a Hag or playing as a Hag, as I found out yesterday when I was playing all the killers to do this ranking. Hag isn't really fun for me either way. So she goes in C tier, but her power is overpowered and it's really easy to get 4Ks with Hag, so there's that. Next up is the Doctor. The Doctor is gonna go in the B tier. Doctor is a lot of fun to play as, especially since his big rebuff, I believe in 2020, where he got an expansion on his power being his static shock. In summary, I'd say the Doctor is a lot of fun to play as and a lot of fun to go against. I love the madness as the survivor and I love the madness as the killer. Next up is Huntress.
Into the unknown.
What the fuck is going on in this neighborhood? We don't get down like that.
She is going in S tier. Huntress is, the perfect saying for Huntress is sometimes a little goes a long way, and her power is really simple. Her power is throwing her hatchets at the survivors, which is why the lockers are even a thing in the game. And personally, for me, I love doing a nice precise hatchet throw as the Huntress. I would say the Huntress, again, it's just really fun to play as. I will say she's a little annoying to go against, but hey, gotta give credit where credit is due when it comes to survivors and killers. And as a killer, being able to snipe as the Huntress is a skill. And I know a lot of survivors respect that. So there's that. Next up is Bubba. The cannibal, even though none of us call him the cannibal, it is Bubba, and he goes in D tier. I do not live for the Bubba. His chainsaw's okay. I don't like playing him as killer. I'm just not really big on the chainsaw range lunge killers. He just doesn't do it for me. I would say he definitely is very mid. I will say, you know what, I'll put him in C tier just because his perks are really, really good. Side note, I'm not really going based off of perks, but if I think I'm going to start doing that going forward. Just go based off of the killer and the perks, because barbecue and chili and Franklin's demise are also a big slay. So, all right, we got...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, Freddy, you're in D tier. I'm not explaining that. Yeah, we all know just Freddy is not good. Okay, the pig. The pig is going in C tier. I only play pig when I'm in the mood to meme.
Boop it, or you die. Boop it. Alright, you can go then.
With the survivors and boop the snoot. If you don't boop my snoot, you're getting killed. The pig in general is not a lot of fun to play as for me. I will say again, it's just the character I use to meme. The clown. A lot of people hate the clown. I'm going to put the clown in B tier. The clown for me is a lot of fun to play as. I love the bottles. More specifically, only the purple one. The yellow one doesn't do much for me. But the clown's music, his map, and his perk Bamboozle are all pretty damn decent. So yeah, the clown goes in B for me. A lot of people don't like the clown. Rightfully so. If you don't like the clown, I can see why, but the clown goes for B. Spirit. Spirit, if you asked me 2 years ago, she'd be in probably S. Now I'm going to put her in a comfortable A. I just realized she's the first A of the whole ranking. Spirit, she goes in A. I like Spirit. I like her power. Her power is really cool. She's one of the characters where either you're really good at her and you demolish the whole team, or you suck at Spirit and you don't win at all. And for me, I always kind of flip-flop. Either I'm getting 4Ks or I'm not killing anybody in the game. The Legion, again, this is another character that a lot of people don't have the best feelings on. I think the Legion's perception has increased over the years, but it's always, the Legion as a group has always been a B tier for me. I like their music, I like their map, their perks are pretty meh, but their story is cool, and I do like the fact that they have the best blighted skin in the entirety of Dead by Daylight. So Legion, you are B. The Plague.
Who wants chowder?
Hold on real quick. Hold on. She's S tier for me. I love the Plague. The Plague is my main. I'm a Plague main. Sorry about it. A lot of people hate going against the Plague. I love playing as Plague. I've never really gone against the Plague. I think I've only gone against the Plague like twice. She's not a character that people tend to gravitate towards, but we all pretty much have the same respect for the Plague. I love the Plague. I love her power. Her power is really overpowered. And I love her overall aesthetic and how her Mori is also really cool.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
And I would say she has the best killer base perks out of all the killers. Corrupt Intervention I use in almost every round. I hate that it got nerfed recently, but Corrupt Intervention is amazing, Dark Devotion, and Infectious Fright. I catch myself using those 3 perks all the frickin' time. Alright, Ghosty. Ghosty, you go in A. Ghosty's an A for me. A stealth killer, again, I don't really gravitate towards the stealth killers, but Ghosty's a lot of fun. Ghosty's another meme one, and his games can really sway from meme to fun to serious. So I like Ghosty, and his Mori's probably one of the coolest ones out there. So he gets an A for me. Demo. Demogorgy, you go in the B tier. Demo is a lot of fun. He's probably the most balanced killer out of all the killers, and I think a lot of people say that, but it's very, very true. Demogorgon's one of the most balanced killers. I think there's a lot of ways you can win and a lot of ways you can lose with Demo. Jolt is literally one of the best perks in the game right now, so there's that for Demo. All right, the Oni.
Mario!
Ooh, is literally the sound I make every time I'm facing an Oni. Hold on, that's a little too low for the Oni. Hold on. You go in S tier. And I don't know why Doctor is so low. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oni goes in S tier. Nah, A tier. Oni goes in A tier. I love playing as the Oni. I fear going against an Oni. The Oni was the killer coming out when I got into Dead by Daylight. I got into Dead by Daylight around 2019, October, and that is when the Oni was coming out. And the Oni is such a terrifying killer to go against and to play as. I think he's a lot of fun to play as. Really, really solid. I think his perks are pretty bad, but overall, the Oni is pretty solid as a killer. All right, next up we have the Death Slinger. He's also gonna go in A for me. Death Slinger is a lot of fun to play with. It is really, really cool. Not only is his design really cool, his power, which is his spear gun, is a lot of fun too. His perks are meh, except for Dead Man Switch, which can be useful in a game. But the Death Slinger overall is a really nice killer for me. Again, people are either great with him because they know how to use ranged weapons, or they're not because they don't. And yeah, Death Slinger, you are an A. Executioner. Okay. Another one that I kind of just be like, okay, hold on on that. Hold on. S tier. Executioner is a great, great killer. Scary, fun. Silent Hill had something on their hands and DVD made it even better for their group. I mean, Executioner is S tier. Totally, like, undisputed. And you guys can argue with the amount. The Blight.
Enemy spotted.
Here we go!
Push it to the limit. Walk along the razor.
Y'all might be angry at me for this one. The Blight is C tier for me. I'll leave, it's okay. No, okay, okay.
Well, hold on on that. Hold on. Now, hold on.
The Blight just doesn't do it for me. If there's two killers I rarely ever play, it is the Blight and the Hillbilly. Blight, I know a lot of people love the Blight and say his power is really, really cool. I've never gotten a hold of the power. I've never understood the power. And the only reason why I have leveled up my Blight is for Hex Undying. So when I use Huntress Lullaby, it doesn't get broken in the next 4 seconds. So I am so sorry to all the Blight fans. He is in C tier for me, and please don't kill me. The Twins. C tier, low C tier. I do not like these two as killers. If there's any killers I think they need to rework, it is gonna be the Twins, Freddy, and the nurse, just because she's so OP. And we'll leave that one at that. All right, we got the Trickster.
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
Instantly put him in B. I'll put him in mid B. Yeah, he's good, he's fun, he's hot, and he's good, he's fun, he's hot. Starstruck is really good, and No Way Out is really good, and yeah, he's just so, isn't he dreamy?
He was charged with felony domestic assault. Isn't he just so dreamy?
The Nemesis, A. I love going against the Nemesis. He's terrifying. I do play as the Nemesis sometimes, not as much as I used to when he came out, but the Nemesis is good. He can stay in A. Hellraiser, Pinhead Larry. We got Pinhead Larry. He'll be an A. I know a lot of people don't like Pinhead, but Pinhead for me is a lot of fun. When I want a 4K, I go to Pinhead or the Executioner. So there's that. Okay, next up is the Artist. She also goes in A for me. I love the Artist. She's a lot of fun to play as. Her birds are so fun to shoot at people, and then it's very satisfying when you already have birds on someone and then you hit them again with more birds and they go down. Very satisfying. So the Artist, she goes in A tier for me. I think her groans of like bird-esque are really cool too. The only thing I think she needs to work on is of course her perks, but I think that goes for a lot of the killers on this list. The Onryo.
Cindy? The TV's leaking. Cindy, this bitch is messing up my floor.
She's always been like low B to C plus tier for me. And I think that's where I'm gonna put her, low B. Her design, cool. Her hype, amazing. I just think that she needs a little bit of work, because really in all actuality, she's just like an M1 killer. M1 meaning she's just like a basic hit killer. She has nothing else going on for her. Her power is manifestation and demanifestation, kind of like the Wraith, but not really. It's through TVs, and it's very meh. The Wraith has something going on for him where he has a lot of speed that goes with his disappearances, and he has a lot of really good techniques. The Onryo is kind of different, and she's a lot slower. So the Dredge, I'll put you in high B. I like the Dredge. He's cool, or it's cool. The Dredge is a lot of fun to play as. It's really, really creepy as well. And I like the attention to detail. When you hit someone, you hear like a whole crowd cheering in the Dredge because it's a cacophony of things. Wesky.
It's Weskin time.
Wesky, you go in S tier where you belong. Wesker is a lot of fun to play as. It's Weskin time. When I'm on DVD, it is Weskin time. And I think Wesker is a lot of fun to play as, period. We're down to only 2 more. The Knight, he gets put in C, mid C, and the Skull Merchant is in D tier. Of course, I don't have the PTB, so I can't rank the newest killer coming out, the Singularity, but the Knight is in C and the Skull Merchant's in D. Listen, I know the Skull Merchant's a slay, but I don't like her. I've played as her, I've played against her, and she's just not fun for me. She doesn't do anything for me. Her power is really weak. The Knight is fun. I like the fact that you can summon other Knights. The only thing I would say y'all need to fix is that AI with the Knights, because they are not serving the tea right now. All right. Ooh. Okay, so let's go through the list one more time. In S tier, we have the Nurse, the Huntress, the Plague, the Executioner, and the Mastermind. In A tier, we have the Artist. Pinhead Larry, or in the game, they call him the Cenobite. We have the Oni, the Deathslinger, the Nemesis, the Spirit, the Ghostface, and the Wraith. The Wraith. Hold on, girl. You were trying to sneak your way. You in B tier. All right, in B tier, we have the Trapper, the Hillbilly, the Wraith, the Dredge, the Hag, the Doctor, the Clown, the Trickster, the Legion, the Onryo, and the Demogorgon. And finally, in C and D tier, in C tier, we have Michael Myers, the Pig, the Knight, the Cannibal, the Blight, and the Twins. And the only 2 killers in D tier being the Nightmare and the Skull Merchant. Now that is my final ranking and tier list, you guys. I would say I'm sorry, but that is just my opinion on those killers. Please let me know your guys' thoughts down below. If you guys agree, if you guys disagree. I already know you guys are gonna disagree on the Blight. You don't have to tell me. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you want to see more great videos like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. I post once a week, every week, a big main video, and I post my shorts throughout the whole week. So, that being said, until next time, House of Delong Prey, it's Mimi Delong Prey, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!